I'm Sylvanians and I make videos about Sylvanian families, also known as Calico critters. And today I have the news about even more new releases from Japan, the USA and the UK, which is very exciting for me. There's a real mix of things, including figures, blind bags and 40th anniversary sets, including a special decorative plate. But starting with that UK release, this is the Funny Monster Trio. So we've seen hints of these babies from the big 40th anniversary picture. The 3 babies are in the back here, and I've been very intrigued about them since we first saw this image at the start of the year. And now we finally have confirmation that they will be in a trio consisting of 1 child, 1 baby and 1 newborn figure. They are dressed up as monsters, which all look different from one another. First up is Mouse Girl Catherine Marshmallow as a monster with 1 eye and her face peeking out beneath that. It has stripy arms and a pocket and horn type thing. I do think the colours in this image are slightly off, as in the box it looks purple and it's also called a purple monster in the set description. So here's my attempt at adjusting the colours, but I think we'll just have to wait and see it in real life to determine the actual colour. Second is a grey striped cat baby. The set description says this is Ashton Harvey, but I think that's the name of the crawling twin. And so I would say this is Liberty Harvey instead. Whoever it is, they are a 3-eyed monster, and wearing a blue fuzzy multi-legged costume that kind of reminds me of an octopus, although we can only see 6 legs from this angle. I love the stripy horns and the little bow tie as well. It's a nice smartly dressed monster. And this is the final figure, a pink furry blob monster with 2 eyes and little turquoise horns. In the description they call this baby Linnea, who is the standing husky baby. But from the pictures, I definitely think this is a newborn size, as they look smaller than the cat. So this means it must be Ray or Nellie Husky, the grey girl newborns. And I think this pink fur makes such a fun costume. The 3 figures look adorable together, with the striped fabric carrying through all of their outfits too as a nice theme. I like these 3 and they just look really fun. Their eyes are googly eyes, meaning they can shake about, which I love as a little gimmick. I don't have a definite release date for these yet, it's just showing as pre-order on the trade website. They have a recommended price of $22.99, in line with the slightly higher price we're seeing for these 40th anniversary sets. And strangely, it seems like this will be a late release in Japan compared to the rest of the world, as it was on show as an autumn release at Anime Expo in the US. Next, we've finally got the release for the Biscuit Bear triplet newborns. I'm delighted that these will be available as is and not tied to the house, which will be coming out in September. So the Biscuit triplets were announced just after the family as the newest arrivals. Thankfully, they will be in a regular set with just the babies and a cradle for them, and the 3 babies themselves are wearing different coloured gowns with a white lace overlay and ribbon bow on each. As was decided by the public vote, their names are Riley, Laurie and Remy, which was announced on the official 40th anniversary back in March. The babies are the most exciting thing, but I love this little white cradle too. It's quite fancy with pretty blue moulding and flower designs, and 3 pillows for the babies. Those in the mattress are beige plastic, but I think the cushions are meant to look like biscuits to match with the family's surname. These are on Amazon Japan with an official price of 2,300 yen, but that does fluctuate. No details yet for their international release, but Amazon Japan ships internationally, and I expect they will be released elsewhere later this year or early next. And I will definitely be buying these to complete my Biscuit Bear family. I love their fuzzy fur and also the fact that baby Laurie is a sleeping style, as I have a real soft spot for the sleepy babies. Next, this is the Captain Seal's exciting boat set, which is such a fun idea and I think it's executed really well. We haven't had a boat in a while, and I like the nautical colours on this. Here's the boat close up, and there's a fair bit of detail with wood effect fencing and a deck, and there's a paddle wheel in the back to make it look realistic. The seat can also be removed and turned into a slide for a little baby to go down, like here with Creme. Seal Mother Amora Floater is the boat captain with a cute hat and waistcoat. I like the little anchor detail on the waistcoat pocket and the gold ribbons as well. Her dress does look a little simple, but the accessories make up for it, I think. Technically, this set actually includes 3 boats, with the main one and these 2 little ones. They can be individual or attached together and pulled along. The rubber ring in the back of the red one can be worn and removed by the babies too. And these are the remaining accessories: a white hook, and then a cooler box and a can of peach drink. Some more drinks or snacks would have been good, but I guess Amora only needs the one drink for her. The boat itself isn't that large, so it can fit on the top of the pink car and roof rack like this, ready for transporting to some water. I would love if this boat did actually float, but I think this promo picture is just edited to look like water. I also like that there's a space for another figure behind Amora too, as well as a space on the decks. This set is also on Amazon Japan, and full price is 4,800 yen, but it's got a quarter off at the moment. This is due to be released in Japan on the 9th of August, and will probably be released internationally as well. I think it's a really fun set to include the seals and a more seafaring theme for them. Another 40th anniversary release now with a special edition of Freya chocolate. This is called Freya's Birthday Celebration Strawberry Cake Dress, so quite a wordy name. Freya is wearing a strawberry cake-inspired outfit with lots of ruffles and layers of fabric, so it looks quite luxurious. I think the design on her underskirt is just printed on, but the ribbon ruffle hem and lace at the top look nice. And up top on her headpiece and centre of the dress there are some strawberry embellishments. I'd love these to be enamel or metal, but they might be plastic. Clearly this is a large dress for a little figure. If I overlay regular Freya, you can see her legs barely go past the first layer. In the set description it says there's a matching chair, so I'm assuming she must be stood or sat on that somehow. I hope it looks nice, as I can't see any photos of it. This is a collector item, and the description says it's packaged in a keepsake box. And while this is pretty, I don't know if I'd quite describe it as a keepsake. Freya is available on the Smith's website for home delivery in the UK, and a few other places too. She costs $25.99, which is quite a lot. I'm interested to see the quality of the fabric, as otherwise I really don't think it's a justifiable price, and to me should be at most £20. Sticking with the 40th anniversary items, this is a special decorative plate, which is kind of a random item. The plate has a stand and also comes with a special baby creme chocolate too. The front of the plate has Freya Chocolate and Theo Biscuit in their anniversary outfits, and they look to be at some sort of party. There's pastel flowered design around the edge and a kind of lace ribbon pattern too. And on the back it has 2025 with the Sylvanian Families logo and their current tagline of Forever Your Family in English rather than Japanese. Graham comes wearing a red spotty dress like Freya's iconic outfit, but it looks kind of like a column rather than a nice skirt, so isn't an exact recreation. The plate itself is ceramic, but I think the stand it comes with is plastic and just meant to look like wood, with a special place for Graham to go. And it fits together like this with two pieces. So this set has a weird release and is only currently available at the Forest House Premium store in Sunshine City in Ikebukuro in Tokyo. It costs 7,000 yen and was just released yesterday. I don't know if it'll have a wider release, and I'm definitely intrigued by this plate as a piece of merchandise. I don't remember seeing anything like this for previous anniversaries, but I might be wrong. And finally, I wanted to say again about the blind bags. I did a post about these at the end of June after they were announced before LA Anime Expo, but now that's passed we have some more details. These were the Instagram story highlights which Calico posted, and here are the babies at Anime Expo. The Very Berry babies are available as a blind bag with 6 figures. These were obviously very similar to the boxed Very Berry babies, but the outfits are slightly different with flowers on their chest rather than the buttons we saw in the box set, and the hats don't have the flowers anymore. The Fennec Fox is the only figure in both sets, and weirdly in the bag says the second Fennec Fox in the crawling pose too, and I wish they had done 6 completely different figures instead. Next is Series 3 and 4 of the Fruity Babies. Series 3 has costumes which are very similar to Series 1. The only difference is rather than the yellow cherry, there's a baby in the melon costume from Series 2 instead. The figures are different, and there are some slight changes to the costumes too, including making the pink cherry a sitting figure and the banana a standing baby instead. And Series 4 is mostly similar to Series 2 of the Fruity Babies, except for the blackberry baby getting replaced with another banana and a yellow cherry too. This Series 4 has 3 Fennec Foxes in, as the peach, orange and brown banana. I really think this is kind of lazy, as there are so many other figures which could have been used instead, rather than having this much repetition. According to people who were at Anime Expo, these will have a wider release in America later in the year, And while they're fun, I just wish it wasn't so repetitive to series 1 and 2, as they could have done more different fruits in the Fruity series especially. But that is everything newly announced recently, and for once it's not all Japanese releases, which I'm delighted about. I'd love to know what you think of these items, what you're interested in or are planning on buying, so let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching this video to the end. If you like Sylvanian Families content, then subscribe to my channel as I post videos every week about everything Sylvanian, including news and announcements like this, as well as unboxings and setups.